Morning. Check out the Bill and Jessica podcast up on our free Power app. Why are you looking like that?
I didn't know about the podcast.
Yeah.
So that caught me off guard. I was
Yes.
like, what?
The Bill and Jessica podcast is up on our free Power app. Top left-hand dropped in. You can check out segments from our show at any time. Okay, things you might have missed, things you want to hear all over again, and you can listen to us anytime. You're on the weekend, you want to say, hey, you want to listen to the podcast, have it on your phone, you can listen to us.
Oh, wow.
So it doesn't get any better than that, right?
Yeah.
Right, I know.
Yeah, 24
get
hours
enough
a
of
day,
you.
8 days a week,
Yeah.
right. We want to welcome Annette from Harvard Business Services. Happy New Year.
Happy
Good morning.
New Year. Good morning.
Good
How's
morning.
everything been?
Good. She was just like looking at me, just smiling, like,
I was
huh?
like, what? What's going on? New year, new you guys.
Yeah. New year, new us. How was your New Year?
Good. Very chill.
Quiet,
Okay.
low key.
Yeah, I feel young, but I don't do young people things per se.
Right. You ever seen that meme where it says it's like split in half and it says like this is what all your friends are doing on New Year's and it has
Yeah.
like
Right.
the party and like 1,000 people in the crowd at the club or something and here's what I'm really doing, you're sitting up in bed.
Yes.
Yeah, at home.
Like, trying to stay up until midnight.
Right.
Okay, we're almost there.
So do you watch the ball drop?
I don't.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Sometimes we do, but no, not really. I mean, we're usually like in family,
Okay.
and literally as soon, I don't know if any other cultures do it, but Latinos do like grapes.
Okay.
And it's 12,
12
grapes.
grapes.
Yep.
Yep.
12 grapes, and it's kind of like New Year's resolutions or like, wishes that you have for the new year for yourself.
Okay.
And we'll wait till 12. We eat the grapes right away, and then we go around like hugging each other.
Oh.
And pretty much after that, it's like, okay, well, good night.
Right.
Well, now it is, but
Yep.
before, like,
yeah, you
our
came
friends-
over to our house to
Yeah.
get to midnight. Now it's time to leave.
Yeah, seriously, that's what it is. And more so now, like the next day you got to work or something. So
Yeah.
everyone's like, okay, gotta go.
Yeah.
Well,
I know.
we do like when it turns midnight, like it was in my wife's family. It's always like you got to hold money.
Oh.
Just hold on to some money. So that means you have money for the new year.
Yeah.
Really, there's so many different things that people say. They say also go outside with a suitcase or something so that you
We
have
put
like
suitcases
travel.
by the door
Okay.
that you're going to travel that year. We did
Wow.
the money, but what we do is you put money outside the door, and then in the morning you bring the money in so that you have money coming in for the new year.
Makes sense.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we did that.
I don't know if anybody else does this, or maybe it's just specifically Mexicans. I didn't ask my husband; he's Puerto Rican.
Okay.
But Mexicans also say like use whatever different color underwear for
Underwear, the
whatever
red
you want.
for love.
Red for love. Yeah, it's so
All right.
crazy.
Oh,
Yeah, it's
okay.
Crazy, honey.
like yeah, like red for love, yellow for whatever, blue for whatever, and I don't know.
Yes.
All right.
That's
Wow.
a thing.
Okay, all right. I guess that's the thing. Our neighborhood was going crazy though at midnight.
Really?
Yeah, like Bryce had the poppers or whatever.
Yeah.
So he opened the door, but like across the street and like throughout the street, I don't know if it was a shotgun or it was like fireworks,
Oh,
but
my.
people were setting them off. There was some kids across the street that were banging pots and pans. I mean, this went on for like 15, 20 minutes, like at
Dang.
midnight. I couldn't believe it. So I was thinking to
Right.
myself, if there's somebody who's trying to go to sleep, man, they're going to be
Oh.
pissed.
Yeah. Also, my
mad.
next question is: were they had that hype because they had a great year, or because it was a terrible
were-
year?
Right,
They were
they're
happy
happy.
it's over.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're happy it's going to be the next year. Wow. Well, look, Annette from Harvard Business. It's all about Harvard Business in 2023. For people who don't know, tell us a little bit about what you guys do
Yeah.
and how we can get up with you.
All right. Well, new year, new you, new ventures, new
Yes.
businesses, new everything. So yeah, we're a filing service in Delaware. So we assist with preparing and filing the necessary documents to the state of Delaware. We do also have services for other states. And we do have services for what's called an EIN, which is also something you will need for the company. It's kind of like a social security number, but specific to the company.
For the business, yeah.
Yeah, so for the business, you'll get what's called the certificate of formation. That is the legal document that is registered to the state, be it Delaware or wherever you're registering. Will prepare and obtain a certified, stamped, and approved copy from the state. We also get you the EIN, and once those two are done, pretty much it's go time.
Okay.
You can do everything else like insurance, business bank account, business license, or permits. So that's actually, we should take more time to explain that a little bit, because a lot of times people call in and they're not necessarily wrong, but we don't assist with license or permits. So those things, or those requirements, they're through your local jurisdiction of operation. So what that means is it's more specific to where you're conducting business, more specific to the business activity. A business registration is general. The same way that Power 101 was formed is the same way that an insurance company was registered, and the same way a hotel and a restaurant. The registration is very general, the same way for any type of business.
Okay.
It's more specific when it comes to license or permits that you may need. For example, I think like business license, it'll be different depending on the risk of the activity. For example, a construction company versus an insurance agency. But that is more, at least in Delaware, it's through the Division of Revenue once you have the registration done and the EIN. Because those two things are pretty much like identification for the business. The same way like we go with a birth certificate and your social security number to get an ID or a driver's license.
Right.
Same way for a business.
If someone wants to register their business, number one question: how much? How much does it cost?
Yeah. So in Delaware, it's $274.
Okay.
Super economic. I mean, even with all these crazy inflation rates and things like that, they've maintained those prices, which was surprising to me. I expected it to be a little more, but no, they found a way to still keep the prices at what we've had them for the past year, or even longer.
Wow.
So it's very economic. I mean, $274. I step outside and then that's gone.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Even from my house,
Yeah.
I'll get bored and go on Amazon, and it's like.
Now,
What?
is that like a yearly or a monthly or what kind of,
So that's a one-time fee.
Oh, okay.
But annual fees are they can be different depending on the business type.
Right.
But the most common or most used business entity is an LLC.
Okay.
So let's just use an LLC. The annual fees, so it's $50 for Harvard Business Services to be the registered agent. And what that means is if there were to be any notices from the state of Delaware, if there was like a void notice, a late notice, a service of process, we receive and forward to the client. And what that gives the client is also privacy. So even if you're in Delaware, the state won't know anything else other than the business name and the registered agent's information. Everything else is completely private,
Right.
unknown. So those are $50, and that has been guaranteed never to change. It's been over 41 years now that they've had that same price. And then the state of Delaware, I hate that they call it a tax because it's not necessarily a tax, but they call it a franchise tax.
Okay.
It's kind of like a renewal fee, an annual fee that the state charges all LLCs that are active within the year. So it doesn't mean that you conducted business. It means that you're
Active.
yeah, that your status, the registration status is active. It's $300, and that's due by June 1st of each year. So let's say anybody that's looking to register a new company, if you register today, that first franchise tax payment isn't due until next year, June 1st, 2024. So essentially, you get like a year. Yeah.
Very, very important.
Yeah.
Why is it important to, get a company registered, or if you're doing something like a job, why is it important to be registered?
Yeah, so that's a
And
really
go like
good
legit
question.
because a lot of people say,
Yeah.
"Oh, I get that cash under the table, it's all good, don't have to
Yeah.
worry about nothing, don't have to worry about no fees, don't have to worry about nothing." But why is it so important to, become legit and call Harvard, get up with Harvard, and register your business?
Yeah, so the number one reason is honestly to protect yourself. So as I kind of made that comparison, you're essentially like creating a new person. So instead of
Right.
you going with your birth certificate and your social security number for these license or permits, you're going with the information of the business. And what it does is, God forbid there were to be some troubles within a job that you do, or somebody gets so upset at you for X, Y, or Z, and you have a court case now, the company or the registration protects you. So
Right.
actually, that's why so many people register in Delaware, because the Delaware law was specifically directed or structured to protect the members and the managers,
Okay.
so that only the company is liable.
Wow.
So that's very important.
Yeah, it
you
is.
So
know?
something happens, you know, somebody goes after the company, not your house.
Exactly.
You know, so you have everything, you know, in the company's name. So, you know, they won't be able to go after your personal assets. It's all just about the company.
Correct. Yep. So whatever the company has, if it has a couple nails and a screwdriver,
That's what they're going after, right?
Yeah.
Then they're really screwed.
yeah.
You know, so all right. So if people want to get up with you, want to get up with Harvard, they want to register, they can call or they can go on the website. How can they do that?
Yeah, so for the website, it's specific to Delaware, but you can certainly visit the website, delawareinc.com. We do also have a live chat feature while we're
Okay.
in business hours, or they can call in. The number is 302-645-7400, and we're there 9 to 5, Monday through Thursday, 9 to 4 on Friday.
How long does it take to register a business and then say, "Oh, I'm registered now. It's all good."
Yep. So the registration is currently taking a couple business days, like 5
Okay.
to 7 business days. The
Okay.
state is
All right.
very caught up, so we like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's great.
Very good.
Yeah.
What is the number one so far? I know it's only January the 11th, but what is the top business that people are registering so far in 2023?
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of what's called a holding company.
Okay.
So what that means is they're registering this company to hold an asset, be it an aircraft, be it real estate. You know, that's just the specific purpose for that. Nothing else, just to hold that asset. At least that's what I've seen personally.
Right.
But locally, I'm sure there's still the cleaning, the construction.
Handyman.
Yep, that you can never get enough of that.
Okay.
Especially all that construction going
Yep.
on. It's always needed.
Very good. Very good. Now, I know sometimes you come in here and you have stories that, you know, you've heard on, the gossip sites
Yeah.
or, you know, what's going on with Annette today? What have you heard
let me
going
see.
on today? Any stories that you care to share you want to mention?
Let's see what gossip.
Because sometimes, she
stuff.
brings some
She has
Hollywood
good stuff.
gossip
I
to
know.
our attention that we haven't,
know.
talked about yet. And,
You know, I say this all the time. I'm nosy.
right.
I'm nosy.
And that's why I asked.
And I will gossip as long as I'm not the topic.
Yeah, right.
Some people don't like to admit that.
All right,
I
well,
will say it.
Do you have anybody personally you want to talk about?
No, I don't.
No.
I did see something funny though. Somebody posted on the Shade Room that they had sent Nick Cannon a message, a
Okay.
DM. They were like, hey, "Yo, can I
Can I have your next baby?
Oh.
Yeah, no. Can I? No. It's even better.
Okay.
Can I use or report one of your children for my taxes?"
claim.
Right. He's
Can I
got
claim?
enough.
Yes.
I mean, come on. He reports enough already.
I was like, "Yes, please send one over here."
Yes. What do you think about the whole Amy Robach and TJ Holmes situation on Good Morning America?
Oh, they were cheating.
The Today Show. Was it Good Morning America? Good Morning
Good
America.
Morning America, right? The hosts were
Yes,
cheating on
the
each
two
other.
hosts. Is that wild or what? Do you think they're gonna? Are they back? I don't know if they're back or
I
not.
don't know.
I have no idea.
Should they lose their job or should they, hey, ratings, put them on there. They're happy. Do it.
Yeah, I mean, the cheating is inevitable. I mean, they're gonna do it if they.
They're going to do it
want
anyway. Right.
Um,
And they
I
were
don't-
seen over the holidays.
They were.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so they're
So
still
they're together,
but
they're
they're
going
not
to
with their
lunch.
people no
No.
more.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel sad for the people.
Right.
I don't know, and not that cheating is justified by any means ever.
Right.
You should just always be upfront.
Right.
Because sometimes it doesn't even have to be something like this, like cheating. It just like so happens that, you know, after whatever time period you fall out of love, like just the same way you can fall in love, you can fall out of love.
Right.
For no bad reason, just life
Just
goes
happens.
on and you're just like going through the motions and it happens, you know. But why not be honest and just be like, you know what, I'm not happy here anymore.
Too much of a distraction for the Today Show, or
I think they're just letting time pass and let it
Okay.
chill out.
Yeah, I also like I get it, but I don't get it because they still have a job to do.
Right.
And that should be totally independent to like what they're doing off camera, because it is it's their own business, you
Yeah.
know. Before all this broke out, like it was all fun and games, and they were doing a job.
They were
that
doing
had
a
to
great
be-
job.
Yeah,
Right.
So why suspend them necessarily? Because the job is still being done.
Now, the reason I ask you
Yeah.
about that is because you mentioned the Shade Room, and that's been a big topic on,
Yeah.
on the Shade Room social media.
I
so.
love the Shade Room. First of all,
Well,
yeah.
look, Annette, thank you so much for coming in. Again,
Thank you,
if people
guys.
want to get up with Harvard, how can they do that?
Yep, 302-645-7400.
9/11. Hey guys, it's Bill, and the wait is